Hey everyone, welcome to the 91 Day Business Spotlight. I'm Jonathan, and I am thrilled to be able to meet with Jeanne today. We're going to tell you a little bit about Jeanne in just a second. Hey, if you're new to this process, we're new to this. Every day for the next 91 days, we're interviewing 2 to 3 businesses and giving them 15 minutes of free publicity to tell us everything they want about themselves. And I reached out to some of my friends to get things started, and I'm so thrilled today to have Jeanne with me. Jeanne, you and I have known each other for a bit over a year. We've got to know each other through a mastermind that we're part of. And I'm just really excited to have you tell everybody about some of the stuff you do because no offense, to take this the right way, I don't know anybody quite like you, Jeanne, and the things that you do. So tell everybody a little bit about you. And I know you've got different businesses you do, but tell us
Yeah.
about you and how do you help people? Because you do that on so many ways.
Thank you, Jonathan. It's been almost 2 years.
Has it been? Wow.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. We met in Miami a
Yes.
couple of years ago. Yep, soon be 2 years ago. And we met because we're part of a fantastic mastermind that helps people reach a seven-figure business. In fact, I am drinking a cup of coffee out of this mug here that
I
says,
love it.
yeah. And, there's the other side of it. But anyway, I am one of your older friends. I will soon be 73 this year.
Young at
Uh,
heart.
yeah, one of my grandsons asked me the other night, Mima, are you going to ever retire? I said, no. He said, why do people retire? I said, because they hate what they do and
Exactly.
they don't know what else to do. He said, well, don't retire. I said, I don't plan to. And so that's how that went. I just refire all the time. But in my long-term career, I've never worked for anyone else other than a waitress in college. Um, I married an entrepreneur who taught me everything about computers back when Windows wasn't even out. We had DOS 1.0, and he taught me everything about computers, and I learned that they were my best friends. And so as time went by, I have a voice over IP omni-channel telecommunications business. That's called In Touch Solutions. It's been going for 26 years now. I love it, and but it doesn't require a lot of work. I set up the greetings and tell the calls where to go, and there we go. So I got bored about 10 years ago because there was nothing to do once you got a customer set up. So I wanted to learn about online marketing, which was the buzz thing back then. And so I started studying, that's back when mobile marketing was the big
Oh
deal and
yeah.
all these things. And so I arranged to give webinars with the local chambers of commerce every Wednesday afternoon. And I knew more than they did. I didn't know much, but I knew more. And so we started, a partner and I started doing webinars on Wednesday afternoons for the chamber members. And of course, we weren't allowed to sell, but I would say, if you have any questions, here's how to contact me. And their only question was, will you do this for me? And so all of a sudden, I had a local marketing company launch just because I would ask people, do you have any questions? So that was amazing. And then I realized that, I need to learn more. So I hired a coach and got some good mentoring. And I learned a lot about digital marketing online. And
Hmm.
so I got pretty good at what I consider hard things, SEO, for instance. Well, fast forward a few years, and I grew to hate SEO. It
Yes.
it was a dance I didn't want to participate in, and so I thought, I've got to find something else to do. I just don't like this anymore. And so I bought a pack of social media graphics from someone online who was selling them for chiropractors. That was my very first one. And I thought, I could do this. I like this. And so I went to my chiropractor and said, hey, can I post for you on your Facebook page? And then later on his Google business, it was called GMB back then, it's a Google
Yes.
business profile. Um, and then since then, we've added an Instagram and we post on LinkedIn. So he was my first success. And I thought, I like this. So I hired a team and we began to make graphics for different kinds of businesses. because I wanted my own. I didn't want to have to go search and use
Sure.
somebody else's stuff. And so we got expert with Photoshop at first, and then Canva Pro came out, and now AI is out. So here we go. And so I now have what I call niche graphics for 120 different kinds of businesses. And I have them professionally written with comments to go with them, or I should say,
Hmm.
have comments professionally written by my daughter. And I homeschooled her back before it was even legal. So I know she can spell and has good grammar.
I love it. I love
Yeah.
it.
And then we started, my admin, Lisa, she started making beautiful graphics. Then we added other things than just niche graphics, fun things, engaging questions, daily celebrations, we call it, oh, it's Hug Your Puppy Day, inspirational memes, motivational memes, this day in history, 21st century inventions, you name it. We just added things to create interest and perhaps engagement with people. And we started
Sure.
mixing those in. I love this business because there's no ceiling to it. Absolutely no ceiling. If I can think of something, I can make graphics about it.
Hmm.
So Lisa and I brainstorm on a regular basis, and we come up with. I'm coming up with a group now. I call it Outdoor Oasis, and it's all about landscaping, lawn care, uh, swimming pools. Things that will come up in the spring. And so
Love it.
I intend to go after all those businesses. And there's just never a shortage of things to do, never a shortage to involve our creativity. And I've actually helped you with some of your clients.
You have.
Um, and anyway, that's what I do. And I get to work at home like I've always done. This is my home office you're seeing now. Um, if I were hired by someone else, Jonathan, I'd be fired in 24 hours because I like to be the boss. And so I get to work at home. I get to work in my pajamas if I want to. I get to go dress up and go out if I want. I get to do whatever I want to do. And that inspires my grandchildren.
I love
So
it.
they say, "You're a gangsta granny. We want to be like you." I said, "Well, first get your education and above all, learn to write and spell correctly and communicate. And then you can do anything you want to do." So I actually have little Skype meetings with them and little Zoom meetings. They're all teenagers now. One's headed off to University of Arkansas in the fall. And we actually like work on homework together, and we talk about things that maybe the schools missed,
No,
And
no, no, no. Never happened.
yeah, well, two of them are still homeschooled, so they're okay there. But oh yeah, yeah. So I'm just having the time of my life, and I love my business. I'm a people lover. I like to write. My writing skills are like one of my ninja skills. Um, and I continue to learn. I'm signed up tonight for a mastermind on sales scripts because I want to get
Mm,
better.
I love
So
it.
the whole thing to me is, how can I improve? How can I grow? How can I build my business more? How can I help other people? And I think
But-
when we keep that in mind, and of course, everything, me, everything for me is faith driven
Yep.
because in the end, we play to an audience of one. And if we can keep that audience of one happy, then everybody else should be okay. Don't you agree?
I do 110%, as you well know. Well, Jeanne, I love your passion. It's one of the things I've learned to love about you over the last couple of years that we've got to know each other. For you're talking about your social media service and
Mhm.
things earlier. Talk to me about. Tell our audience who do you work with there, and if they're a business owner and they want to be able to take advantage of that and go, look, I don't have time to create content all the time, but I want to post engaging content to my social media. Can you help them with that?
Yes, absolutely. That's what I do.
How do they get involved with you? How do they find out and how do they learn more?
Well, if you already have an agency, I would send you to agencysocialpros.com because that is a special special pricing for just agencies. If you want to work with me personally, I don't really have a page for that yet. I'm working on it. In fact, I just am finishing up having my own app developed. So I don't even have to worry about, who's going to do the posting for me, what software. I'm going to have my own software, but I don't have the landing page for that. So you could, do you want to give them my email address?
Go ahead, tell everybody the best way for them to get in touch with you, Jeanne. How do they reach out to you?
Okay. My name is up there in the corner. It's spelled
Yep.
Jeanne Kolenda, and the first name is French, and the last name is Polish. It means Christmas carol. And so if you spell that name correctly and add @gmail.com, that will find me.
Well, we'll put that down in the comments afterwards so people can find that as
Okay.
well. And
Yeah.
let me just take a moment. If you're listening here and you're amazed, because I know, Jeanne has done something that so many of us as entrepreneurs want to do, and that she's created a lifestyle business. She's created a
Yes.
business that pays her well, that gives her the flexibility. I remember very clearly last summer we were chatting, and Jeanne and her husband are out in their RV somewhere in the US exploring, and yet
Yeah.
she's answering calls, she's doing her stuff, she's taking care of her clients, but she's doing it from the RV. And that is just amazing to me, that you've actually done something that so many people talk about and dream about, but never do. And that's, you've built a business around the life that you wanted, and you've made it
Yes.
successful. You've done well. You serve your clients amazingly. Being a client, I cannot recommend Jeanne highly enough. She and her team do an amazing job. Not everybody, by the way, are you going to meet on these live calls is somebody that I know and can attest to, but Jeanne is one of those that I can. And I want to assure you, if you need those services, reach out to Jeanne. Also, she's not sharing what an incredible expert she is at all kinds of other things related to digital marketing. She's a wealth of knowledge, and she won't tell you that because she's a little too humble. But if you're looking for ideas and you're looking for somebody to help you turn an idea into a reality, Jeanne's a great place to start. She's
Thank
got
you.
so many skills there. Oh, absolutely. Jeanne, you've added so much value to my life over the last couple of years. I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for you taking time to join us on this little quest that we're doing over 91 days as we're promoting 130 other businesses. And I'm so excited that you get to be one of the first ones that we do. Again, just so looking forward to it.
I can't wait to see the others. I can't wait.
And it's going to be fun. If you're watching and you're curious, what is this all about? Well, I want to thank JC Height from Height Digital. He gave me the idea, and he said, Jonathan, imagine if we did 90 days every weekday. We did 2 interviews. It'd be like 120 interviews. What would that mean to give that back to the community, to say thank you for just making a great community? Just out of the, it's just what we do. I've got a large audience. I'm very thankful for that. We've got almost 30,000 people that one way or another may see this. And so if you want you to promote your business, no strings attached. You got to hear Jeanne gets to talk about whatever she wants. This is about you. If you're interested, send me a message. I'll get you some details. We've already booked 27 of the 130 spots, and we just started this yesterday. So these are going fast, folks. If you want to get in on it, no strings, no cost. It's just, I want to show you how easy it is, just like Jeanne and I did today, to go live online and reach your audience. It can be super simple. So Jeanne, any parting wisdom for everybody before we call it a day?
I think make sure that when you're creating your lifestyle business, that it includes your family. Like for me, it's my husband. And when we're out in the RV, he's out doing his photography. That's his passion. And so we created things that make him happy. And then he supports me in things that make a living right now, because he's almost 78 years old. And so he is very retired, but he's an astrophotographer, and he loves to roam. And so he keeps me running emotionally. I make money for him to do what he wants to do at this point in our lives, because he did it for decades and now it's my turn. And so that really feeds me, and that I have a spouse and we're just like this, even though we're not doing the same things. We cannot work in the same business together, but we keep each other we keep our hearts fed that way. And so I'd say get that straight too.
Jeanne, great advice. Thank you again for your time. Thank you for joining us on this live stream, and we'll see you later this afternoon with one more